acidic solution. Now we go to the equation number 2, redox equation number 2, example problem. We have hydrogen peroxide. Okay. 2, example number 2, and we will be having our examination after this one. I will give you a set of redox in acidic solution and you'll be able to balance by yourself. Okay? And present to me your answers later on. And then to those who will got perfect, you will receive 1,000 pesos in GCash plus BBM t-shirt Sarah. BBM Sarah printed t-shirt. Okay? Like that. Okay, a lot already received the BBM t-shirts already. Okay? So you will be one of the lucky also to receive that also if you will get perfect for this particular examination. Okay? And some of the consolation prizes, I've been given already the tarpaulin of BBM Sarah. You can put that in your house. Okay? So shout out sa mga naka-receive ng tarpaulin, BBM Sarah, and printed BBM Sarah t-shirts. Enjoy! Okay, like that. Now, we go to number 2. And there will be also special celebration during the May 9 election. Okay, everybody is invited in our small kitchen, okay, during election day, and you can go there for the lunch or the dinner free, without any cost, BBM Sarah supporters. Okay? Take note in your calendar, mga neighbor, mga silingan, or whatever. Okay? Okay? Ganon. So, that's part of my support. Sincere support. Okay, something like that. Number 2. Okay, we have hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, nakakaloka. Okay, hydrogen peroxide plus, what's gonna be like this? Okay, dichromate. Dichromate Cr2O7 -1, right? And then oxygen gas, nakakaloka. But this time, yes, oxygen gas plus chromium positive 3. Okay, let's check atomic mass. Hydrogen 1.008 gram atom, oxygen 16 gram atom. Chromium is gonna be 53.93 gram atom. Oxygen is 16 gram atom. Oxygen 16 gram atom. Chromium 53.93 gram atom. Okay? Atomic mass, atomic weight. Okay. Now we will start now. Determine the oxidation and oxidation number, oxidation state for this, and oxidation. Like we know already the rules, right? Okay. Now we go here. Okay. Hydrogen peroxide. Okay. Peroxide, mga palangga. Okay, it's gonna be having a -1 charge of the oxygen, right? -1. And then the normal oxide is -2 charge. And then the superoxide, okay, superoxide is -1/2. Memorize this. Okay, again, oxide of oxygen is -2 charge. Peroxide is -1. And oxygen for superoxide or superoxide is like a Superman. Oxygen is -1/2 is the charge. Take note. Okay? Like that. Okay. Now for the hydrogen peroxide we have, this is 0 for the entire compound. Okay, entire compound na siya. So this is neutral, right? So neutral is equal to overall charge of 0 equals to 0. Okay. Let X as the oxidation number of hydrogen. X unknown. Okay, like that. And then try to take the oxidation number of oxygen -2. Now we will say charge plus subscript. Okay, X times 2 plus, because individually, plus, okay, -2 charge of oxygen, -2 times 2 subscript of oxygen equals to 0. Do the math, right? So 2 times x, 2x. -2 times 2 is -4, right? And then 0, then 2x is equals to 0. Transpose the -4 to the right to become +4. Okay, +4, then do the basic math, okay, divide the 2's, it's gonna be 2. X is equals to 2. Then your hydrogen oxidation state is positive 2. Put that here in the X and remove the X. 2. Ganon. And now go to the dichromate. Dichromate is negative 2, right? Yes. Sorry mga palangga. Okay. Now dichromate is a polyatomic anion with oxide also. Okay? Oxygen here. Okay? Like that. Okay, so overall charge negative 2 equal to negative 2. Ganon. Then let X as the oxidation number of chromium. Right? So X. Ganon. So charge X times subscript 2 of chromium plus negative charge of oxygen, which is negative 2. Negative 2 times the subscript of oxygen, which is 7. Okay, like that. So do the math. 2 times x is 2x, negative 2 times negative 14 is equals to negative 2. Then 2x is equals to negative 2 transpose down negative 14, positive 14, right? Then 2x is equals to 12, 2x equals to 2 divided by 2, so x is equals to 6. Therefore, our oxidation state of chromium is positive 6. Okay, chromium, ganon. Now, oxygen is a soul of light, or a pure element, or a pure substance, so that's zero charge automatically, without question. Okay, now for chromium, it's given the charge, no need to compute, right? So let's erase this, so that I can save the space, like that. Okay, now determine the oxidation and reduction mga palangga. Now, okay, the charge that will change and will remain, or blah blah blah, so on so. So hydrogen, it's nothing because we don't hydrogen in the right. So don't focus on hydrogen, ikis. Okay, ganon. So how about oxygen? Okay, oxygen, yes. Okay. From negative 2 to 0, right? Like this. So put like this. So meaning it's increasing the oxidation number, meaning loss of electrons. So loss of 2 electrons because from 2 to 0. So loss of 2 electrons, this is gonna be oxidation. Okay. Then oxygen gas is oxidized. Okay. Then oxygen gas is your reducing agent. Okay. Complete package na, right? If the question was say, which of these elements or compounds are reducing agents or oxidizing agents, then you can answer directly. Okay, now, yes, of course, tarots. Okay, now we have the chromium, right? Chromium here. Ganon. Okay, chromium. Okay, chromium here. Ganon. So chromium is decreasing the oxidation state from positive 6 to positive 3. So therefore decreasing, that means gain of electrons. So gain of from 6 to 3, so meaning 3 electrons, like that, okay? And then there's gonna be a reduction, okay? And then chromium is being reduced, okay? Now your oxidizing agent is the dichromate. Okay? Oxidizing agent is the dichromate. Or we can say also in this oxidation, your reducing agent is the hydrogen peroxide. Because I remember in my brain cells, if you try to get the agents chuba chuchu, you will use the compound. Okay? Unless you will break that in your half reaction. And then we are just still here in the original reaction. So we can say it's the hydrogen peroxide, the reducing agent, oxidizing agent is the dichromate. If we do that in the half reaction, so it's gonna be one element na talaga siya because it's being half. Okay? Get the point? H2O2 reducing agent and oxidizing agent is dichromate. Okay? Okay, ganon. Okay, mga palangga. Now, take note, we have 2 oxygen in the reactants, right? If you use this dichromate as your reduction, you will never use the dichromate in your oxidation because the same also negative 2 charge, and 0 in the product. Okay, you have to analyze it. The other one will be the oxidation and the other one will be the reduction. Okay, now go to the oxidation reaction by having the oxidation half reaction. So oxidation half reaction OHR. Oxidation. So it's gonna be the oxygen from the hydrogen peroxide, right? Okay, like that. So you cannot split in the half reaction because it's bonded. Okay, so H2O2. Now this is oxidation, loss of electrons, right? So you need to add electrons in the right. Okay, so H2O2, ganon. So we have oxygen, ganon, 0, plus, let's put the electrons lost is 2 electrons, right? Ganon, 2 electrons. But take note mga palangga, this is already oxygen. This is another story because there is an oxygen, you have to add also water. Okay, be careful also. Okay, like that. So balance the atoms. Okay, like that. So there's 2 in the left and there's no hydrogen in the right. That's why we need to add water by the rule. So oxygen 2 in the left and oxygen 2, though balance on oxygen. Right? You get the point? So we need to say plus H2O. Ganon. Okay? So hydrogen 2, oxygen 3, and then balance it by algebraic expression. Okay? Because there's a kida, something like that. Okay? But if you try to direct that by trial and error, then you can have 2 here and 4 like that. But you have to balance immediately, right? Okay? Let's have trial and error method to save lang talaga siya. Because the number of moles are not very high or not very huge. So you need to put 2 like this. So 4 hydrogens, so 4 hydrogens, so 4 oxygen, balance, right? 2 moles of water and then 2 moles of hydrogen peroxide. That's balanced already, right? Okay. Now, if you don't want also, you have to add 4H in the left. You don't have to do that because you balance it already. Okay, ganon. So balance the charge. So 0, the hydrogen process 0 times 2, 0 is equals to 0, so oxygen gas 0, and then 2 electrons plus 0. Okay, so this is not balanced, right? So since this is not balanced mga palangga, you need to let X as the number of electrons will be added to the oxygen gas in your product. Okay? Like that. Okay, nakakaloka. So 0 is equals to 0 plus X plus 0. Okay? What is your charge now? Okay? So X is equals to 0. So this is gonna be 0 electron. Okay? Take note. 0 electron will exist or not? Does 0 electrons will exist or not? Okay? So 0 electron is not existing. So you have to revise your chemical reaction. Okay? Going back to hydrogen peroxide, guys, like this, and then go back to its original formula. Okay? Like that. You get the point mga palangga? Okay, ganon. So because this is on the spot, okay, something like this, H2O2 oxygen gas plus, let's say, ganon, plus X. Okay? So plus X, and then later you need to put the hydrogen later. Okay? So, or we can add the water directly, okay, to make it safe. Get the point? So, plus X electrons, in which you don't know, okay, plus hydrogen, nothing here, so 2 moles of water, okay, and then 4, then we have already 2H here, 2H positive here. Instead of having that as a 4H, since we have already 2 in the hydrogen peroxide, it's only 2H na lang siya. So balance the atoms already or not yet? So atoms, hydrogen 4, hydrogen 4, oxygen 4, oxygen 4, balance, perfect. Now, solve for the number of electrons which is the X. Okay, ganon. Okay, 2 times 1 for the charge of hydrogen, 2 times positive 1 charge of hydrogen, plus hydrogen gas, hydrogen peroxide is 0, plus 0, is equals to oxygen gas is 0 also, okay, plus X, the number of electrons in which we don't know, okay, like that, and then plus 0, okay? Now, 0, 0, 0. So X is equals to 2. Therefore, 2 electrons. Put that in the X. Okay, 2 electrons. Okay, then erase. Okay, then again, balance the net charges. First atoms. Okay, 4 hydrogen in the right, left, 4 right, oxygen in the left. Oh, bonga. Oxygen in the left, okay. Oxygen, and then other one is 4, yes, 4, like that. And then you need to add the 2 more here, okay, 2 more here, ganon. So it's gonna be 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 4 oxygen, 4 oxygen, then like this, terminate the 2H here, okay, ganon. It's gonna be like that only, guys, huh? Okay, you don't have to worry because you are just trying to balance kasi. Okay, now, again, balance the atoms. 4 moles of hydrogen, 2 moles of oxygen, 4 moles of hydrogen, and then oxygen is 4, blah, blah, blah. Okay, balance siya talaga. So this is equation number 1. Okay? Like that. You did not add H in the right or in the left because it's already balanced siya. Okay, the purpose of adding H plus in the left is if it is imbalance after the balancing of atoms in the chemical reaction. In here, it's already balanced, so why we should put H in the left? Okay, things like that. Okay, we now go to the reduction, half reaction. Okay, ilang na siya mga palangga, nakakaloka ko mga hipad. Okay, we have here chromate, mga palangga. So chromate, dichromate, sorry, dichromate pala. Cr2O7 negative 2 is equals to going to the chromium, right? Chromium positive 3. Since this is gaining of electrons, then it is adding here. Okay, plus, so pila, 3 electrons. So the chromate plus 3 electrons is equals to chromium positive 3. Then balance the number of atoms. So chromium, no it's not. We need to put 2 beside Cr, beside chromium. And oxygen 7, and we'll have oxygen in the left, so add 7 moles of water. Because this is the rule, okay? And then there's no hydrogen here, so add 14 hydrogen in the left. Okay, like that. You get the point, mga palangga? Okay, then 14H plus dichromate plus 3 electrons plus 2 chromium positive 3. Balance the charges. Atoms first before proceeding. 2, 7, 7, then 14 balance. Okay, electrons. Charges. 4 times 1. Okay, negative 2. Oh my gosh. Positive 3 electrons is equals to 14 minus the 12. 12 plus 3 electrons is equals to 9, right? 14 minus 2, 12 plus 3 electrons. So 12 minus 3 is 9 electrons, right? Okay, and then here, positive 6. So it's not balanced, right? The charges is not balanced. So 6 and 9, something wrong. So we need to do algebraically, remove your electrons, right? And put that as an X. Okay, like that, X. Then 14 times 1, okay, negative 2 plus X is equals to 6 plus 0. Then 12 minus 2 mga palangga is 10. 10 plus X is equals to 6. X is equals to 6 minus is equals to 4, right? To the point 6, okay, 4 electrons. Okay, here, 4 electrons. Okay, ganon. Di ba mga palangga kong hitad? Okay, kaloka. Okay. So balance again the reaction. Then we have 14 times 1, negative 2 plus 4 electrons goes to 6, 0. Then 12, 14 minus 2, 12, right? Okay, ganon. And then 4, 2 minus, okay, 14 times 1, 14, minus 2 plus 4. Okay, 14 minus 2 mga palangga is 12, right? 14 minus, okay, 12 minus 4 is 8. So this is not yet balanced also. Okay? Now, if in this case not balanced also, by default, you need to review your oxidation state here. Okay? Because there's no other choice. There will be something wrong with your charge here. So let's go back to dichromate. Okay? Cr2O7 is equals to negative 2. Then x times 2 plus negative 2 times 7 is equals to negative 2, right? So 2x minus 14 is equals to negative 2, right? And then 2x is equals to negative 2 plus 14. Then 2x is equals to 12. 2 divided by x, so x equal to 2 is x really is positive 6. Okay? It's really 3 electrons here. Okay? Perfect. Ganon. So be sure that you are using the correct or else it will be wrong everything. Okay. Now dichromate, this one, Cr2O7 negative 2. Okay. Okay, let's balance the atoms. Once again, charot. Okay, ganun talaga eh. Once again. Diba? Okay. Chromium, positive 3. Diba? Chromium, positive 3. Ganon. Okay. Now, dichromate. Balance the atoms first. Balance naman ang atoms. Okay? But you have to add in the right. Okay? Ganon siya. Okay? So, ganun siya. So, x na siya daan mga palangga. X. Now, in this case, mga palangga, okay, we have to add 7 moles of water here. Okay, and then plus 14H. Okay, then balance the charge, mga palangga. So, 14 times 1, negative 2. Okay, plus x, positive 6, right? 14 minus 2 mga palangga is 12 plus x is equals to 6. So, x is equals to 6 minus 12. Then therefore, 6 electrons. Okay, so your x will be 6 electrons. Okay, like that. So, we review for the same time because it will never be balanced. Okay, so 6 electrons here. Which is true also because if we gain 3 electrons, you have 2 also in the chromium. So 3 times 2 is 6 electrons. Or you can do that also directly in here pa or only here also. It depends on you guys. Like this. Again, 3 electrons times 2 of chromium because there's 2 in the set of chromium. Okay, so that you will never balance the charges too much here in this half reaction. But in this case, I just follow the normal rule or procedure, the steps. Okay, this is more shortcut method. Okay, I discovered now. Okay, which I remember also, it flashed back into my memory in my chemistry that we also have to do directly the number of electrons we obtain. But later I discovered because I follow really the standard rule. Okay, it's gonna be like plus 6 electrons. Okay, now balance. 14, negative 2, positive 6, ganun. So, 12, ganun siya limang mga palangga. So, minus 6, 6, right? And then, 2 times 3 is 6, so balance ang charges. So, muna din siya. Okay. Okay, mga palangga. Kung hitad. Charot. Okay, there are 6 electrons. And now, okay, we need to cancel this equation 2. We need to cancel the electrons in the first equation, then we have to multiply by 3. Ganon. Okay. 3. So, 6 hydrogen peroxide is equals to 3 oxygen gas plus 6 electrons plus 6 water. Right? And the other one also is 14H plus, okay, dichromate mga palangga is equal to, okay, plus 6 electrons pa siya. You don't have to multiply, okay? Is equals to 2 chromium positive 3 plus 7 moles of water. And then you have to cancel the electron. Ganon. Get the point? Now, we have here 14H positive plus 6 moles of hydrogen peroxide plus Cr2O7 dichromate. Guys, in this topic, the charge is very important. Huh? Like that. Is equals to 3 moles of oxygen gas plus 2 moles of chromium positive 3. Now, 6 moles of water plus 6 moles of water. 6 moles of water plus 7 moles of water is equals to 13 moles of water. Because water are common in both equation. So this is gonna be our final. Let's check if it is correct. Okay, now if this is wrong, then we have to review it for the second time because I doubt here in the hydrogen peroxide. Let's check lang talaga siya. Okay? To make it safe, charots. Okay? Muna siya ang kulba nga part, the overall redox net reaction. Okay? Because anything can be happening wrong, like that, whatever. So 14H, okay, plus 6 moles of hydrogen peroxide plus dichromate is equals to 3 moles of oxygen gas plus 2 like this plus 13 moles of water. Okay, yes. Now, cancels immediately what becomes 0. Kasi 13 times 0 of molecule of water, charge 0 man siya. Then oxygen gas also is 0. Okay, like that. Then hydrogen peroxide also is 0. Right? Tama ba mga talangka? Okay. Yes, 0. And we have 14H. So, 14 times 1, then plus 1 times negative 2. O 14 minus 2 is equals to 12. And then the other one, 3 times is only 6. Okay, this is wrong. This is half. Okay, half and it's not balanced. Okay, the charges are not balanced. Let's look for the atoms. H, 14, negative 12, 26, ganun. Oh, balance ang hydrogen. See, perfect. See, hydrogen 26. Okay, so 14 plus 12, 26. Then oxygen is 12. Oh, nakakaluka. Oxygen is 12 plus 7, 19. Then oxygen here will be 6 plus 2. Oh, wow, balance of oxygen, in fairness. Chromium is, okay, chromium is 2 and chromium is 2. Why? Really perfect balance. Balance ang atoms, guys. Why? The charges is not balanced. Oh my gosh. Again. This is very amazing. Because normally, guys, both the atoms and the electrons will balance. In this case, only the atoms are balanced. Something with the charge. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, for the charges balancing. Okay, again. Charts. Diba? Very interesting. Nakakaloka. Okay, ganun talaga siya ang live. Charot! Okay, ganon. Diba? So, charges balancing. So, 14 times 1, 14. O, ganon. So, 6 times 0 mga palangga is really 0, right? Yes. Okay? 0. So, cancel siya. And then, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 times 1, right? Negative 2 times 1, number of moles of dichromate. Okay. Get the point? Okay. Is equal to 14 minus 2 is equals to 12. Okay. Nakakaloka, di ba? Okay. 3 times oxygen. The oxygen here is 0 ba yan? Because it's pure. So 3 times 0 equals 0 po siya. So cancel ikes. Okay. Now, the water also is 0 because there's no charge in the water, right? So 13 times 0, so cancel. So it's gonna be 2 times 3 only here. So 6. So 6 charge. Okay, nakakaloka. Diba? So 12 and then 6. And why it is not balanced? Check the atoms. The atoms. Hydrogen. 14 plus 12 is equals to 26. And in the product, hydrogen is, okay, 13 times 2 is 26. Oh, nakakaloka talaga ito guys, no? Okay. Like this. Talaga. Okay, oxygen in the left is equals to 6 plus 7 is 13. And the right, oxygen is equals to 6 plus, okay, 6 plus 13. 13 is 19. Like that. Oxygen, okay, 12. 12 plus 7, 19. Also in the left. Look. Because, okay, 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 7, diba? 19. And then last will be the chromium. Right? Chromium. Let's check for the chromium mga palangga, ha? Okay, from the left is 2. Okay. And the right is, how much chromium in the right? So chromium. So it's 2 also. See, perfect balance. What's happening? The charge is not balanced. Nakakaloka talaga ito. Okay, for the very, very first time. Uy, nakakaloka. Pwede ba ganito? Okay, just check by your own self also guys ha. Because you know, homogeneous siya. Nabalance ang mga. Usually kasi guys, the atoms, if the atoms will be balanced, the charges also will be balanced automatically. But in this case, the atoms are perfectly balanced, but the charges are not balanced. Hindi makakaloka? Really? Okay. Diba? Okay. So, tayo pa sa gamitan sa natugpuan. Critical analysis before going to stop this video. Okay. Di ko mo surrender. Charot! So 14H positive plus 6H2O2 plus 0 negative 3O2 plus 2Cr plus okay? Ganun siya. Okay, ganon, diba? So 6 ang formula. 6 siya. Okay? Siya. Kaloka siya. Okay? Okay, ganon. 14 mango should be siya yung balance, no? Okay. Now, we go back to the oxidation because it has to do something with the hydrogen peroxide, I think, here. Okay, here. H2O2, ganon, is equals to O2. Diba? Ganon. Okay? And this is, you know, negative 2. Okay, negative 2. Ganon. And this is positive 1. Okay? Negative, positive 2. And then, hydrogen wala man siya. So, oxygen lang siya, 0. So, this is decrease in oxidation number, so gain of electrons is reduction. Right? Yeah, gain of electrons. Gain of electrons is reduction. Okay? So, gonna be a reduction. So, we need to say H2O2 plus ganon, pila siya? 2. Okay? Since there's no like this 2, so ganon. Okay. So, 2. Okay. 2 electrons, ganon, suba chuchuk. Then we have 2 here, so 4 electrons also, directly, right? Okay, so 4 electrons is equals to 0, 2, like that. Okay, so balance of oxygen already, and there's an H2 here, like that, and then another one H2 here, plus H2O, ganon. And then 2 here, then H here. H here is, it's gonna be 2H positive. Ganon. Okay? Then balance here, 2, 2, 2, balance here, and then 2 here. Okay, 4H, ganon. And then remove that H positive here. So 2 moles of H2O2, that is 2 by 2, ganon. Okay, 4, 4, oxygen 2, 4, balance, perfectly balanced. Okay, charges. Okay, we need to do this. So 2 times 0 is 0, and then 4 electrons like this, and then 0. So how many electrons you like to see? 0 plus 0 plus equals to 0. Okay, like this is 0 is equals to 0 also. Okay, so balance. Okay, you have reaction. Ganon siya guys. Derivation ni matter guys sa hydrogen peroxide. Okay, kaloka, diba? Okay. So, this is the answer. This one. 14H plus 6 moles of hydrogen peroxide plus dichromate is equal to 3 moles of oxygen gas plus 2 moles of chromium positive 3 plus 13H2O. Okay? Because if you balance the half reaction, it balance also. Okay? For this. Okay, you got the point. Muna ako mga palangga. Diba? Yes. Okay. Time is up ba? Time is up talaga. Okay, mga palangga. Manitan. Okay. I'll erase na talaga. Okay, nga na siya guys ha. Okay, what makes this complicated? You don't know, you know? Because there's a lot of oxygen in the first element, second element, and the product. Only one is not having oxygen, na chromium. And then the rule of acidic solution, you have to add water. And there's a lot of oxygen. You get the point? Oh, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. And the only one is don't have no. This is really what you call this one? Rare example or unusual example. Okay? Because normally, the example will take only one polyatomic ion and the other one is element. Usually. Okay, but here, both are having an oxygen in the compound. You get the point, mga palangga. Okay, so meaning to say, you need to add water first, and you have also to add water in the oxidation and both reduction. You get the point? Ganon. Okay? Oh. See, this is H2O2. Diba? H2O2. Diba, ang reaction sa H2O2, this is a irreversible chemical reaction. The product will be water and oxygen gas, right? Mamaya siya. Ang perfect chemical reaction. Okay, and then you have to put oxygen and then you have to put 2 here. Mawag na siya guys, ang hydrogen peroxide na equation. Mawag siya ang kalidiri-ari. Okay? If you have half reaction, so H2O2, o diba? Yung gonna, oh, it's gonna be like that, and 0 from the ganun. So, Engr substitution was a gain of electrons. It's gonna be plus, ano siya? So, 2 electrons. So, 2 times 2 is gonna 4 electrons like that, right? Okay? 4 electrons is equals to, okay, oxygen gas. Okay, ganon. Oxygen gas. And then see na H2O3, you have to add water. Right? Ganon. Okay, now may H2 here. So, plus H2O. O, ganon. And then H2, oxygen gas. And then, we have to balance that one. So, it's gonna be 2 and 2. O, diba? Pareho ra siya aning half reaction here. Okay, and it's a chemical reaction. So it's correct. Okay? Like that. Dito tapos mga palangga. Okay. So like that. So since you having 2 here, 2 and 4 is too much for this reaction, then you have to adjust to 2 electrons because this diatomic molecule is his original subscript. Okay? Original. Meaning this is 2 electrons. Okay? And then there's 2 also here. 2 also here, so we don't need to multiply by 2 anymore. You get the point? So this is 2 moles of hydrogen peroxide plus 2 moles of electrons, 2 electrons rather, okay, like this, and 2 moles of water, okay. Actually guys, you know, 2 moles of electron is just also correct because, you know, if you remember the Faraday constant, we have the Faraday constant 96,000 times 500 coulomb per mole electron biya siya. Plus ani itupad ang mole of the electron. So actually grammatically correct in chemistry, but we need to terminate the word mole so that it will never be confused. But actually it's just also okay. Okay? Like this. 96,500 coulomb per mole electrons. Okay? Like this. This is the constant of Faraday constant in electromagnetism and diamagnetism or in the, you know, electrochemistry. So if you have the mole, you have to multiply the mole, then you have the electrons in the equation, then you can have the electric charge computation of your current that will pass on the chemicals. Okay, because these are chemicals. Chemicals are used to produce electricity is electrochemistry. Okay, like that. So the columns now will be left because you will multiply this to the number of moles in your chemical reaction. Okay, usually electrolysis, right? Cancel the mole, and you have also the electrons during the gain or reduction. So the electrons will be cancelled. So the column will be left, which is the unit of electric charge. Coulomb is the unit of electric charge. Okay, one electric charge is equal to 1.607 times 10 to the negative 19 coulomb. Okay, that's why you can compute current in terms of electric charge. So current is equals to, or ampere is equals to the charge in terms of coulomb over the time, which is second. So we can say ampere is equal to coulomb per second. Okay, so current is equals to the charge per time. Okay, so ma-arrive nila to siya nga constant because of that expression of the Michael Faraday contribution in chemistry. Okay, so I'm just explaining that I said a while ago mole electron. I thought it was wrong, but it's okay because of this mole electron, it's okay to say, right? Technically. But for the purpose of this topic, we mean only 2 electrons. Ako yung gikuan. Ako yung gitoki. Ganon! Diba? Toki-on yung mo para ma-perfect. Okay? So, charge 2 times 0 is also 0. Then 2 electrons. Oh my gosh, 0. So 2 minus 2, 0. 0 times 0, 0. Oh, 0. Balance siya. Oh, gini siya, guys. Kani. Charot. Muna siya. Okay. Itong balikon. Ako ang gi-review. Ako yung gipiga akong brain cells. Okay, muna siya, no? This is balancing of redox for the second time because in our final redox chemical reaction, what are balanced really are only the number of atoms perfectly in here. Okay? But the charges are not balanced. Why? And there must be a reason behind for that. Okay. Now, going to formate mga palangga. So if it's given electrons, it's the loss of electrons. So you have to add electrons in the product. Okay. Now, Cr2O7 negative 2 is equals to, and then we have the 3 electrons, right mga palangga? Okay. So, chromium positive 3 plus 3 electrons. Ganon. Balance the number of moles. So 2, okay, like that. So if 2 also, then you have to multiply the electrons with 2. So this becomes 6 electrons, right? Ganon. Okay, 6 electrons, 6, 0. Okay, 0. Ah, balance. 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay. And negative 2 times 2, and then 2 times 1 is negative 2, then 6 plus 6. Ganon siya. Diba? Nakakaluka. Okay. You get the point mga kalangga. Okay. Now we have to add 7 moles of water. Okay? Because there's no oxygen there. Okay? So oxygen 7, oxygen 7, and then 14H. Lagi siya 14H. Muna yung makadag... Kung magkagay siya charge, guys. 14H, wala siya, guys. Diba? Okay. Plus ganon. So, 14 times 1. Let's review for the second time because it's a normal reasoning. If you have an experiment, you have to do it several times so that your experiment will be successful according from different scientists and according from the scientific method for scientific research. There's no such scientific research that you can do that successfully by one time. You need to study that several times to prove that your research study is valid, true, and correct. Okay, like that. So it's gonna be like this also in computation. Okay, it just happened that this is complicated. You get the point? Okay, ganon. So it's equals to 14 minus 2 is 12. Ganon. Okay. 2 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 electrons equals to 0 plus 6 0. Okay, so 6 minus 6 is equals to 0. Ganon. Okay. Now solve for the value of your electrons. Okay. So let X your electrons mga palangga. Okay? Ganon. Diba? Okay. So let X na siya. X. Solve for the value of X. So 14 negative 2 is equals to 6 plus X plus 0. 6 plus X is equals to, pasalit kong solve 12. X is equals to 6 electrons. So 6 electrons yun siya mga palangga. Okay? Diba? Ganon. Okay, kung ano ni siya, decrease in oxidation number, meaning gain of electrons. Okay? So, ganon. It's gonna be, okay, ganon. Okay? Ganon. Okay, mauna siya may tabo yun. Okay, di ba? Oh, di ba? Yes. Kaloka. Okay. Now, here, 6 electrons. Muna siya may tabo. So, balance na siya. 14, oh, di ba? Negative 2 plus 6 and 14 minus 6 is 14 minus 2 mga palangga, di ba? 12. Okay? And then 6, negative 2. Okay, negative 2 plus 14 plus 6 electrons. Okay, this is 8. 8 minus 2 is equals to 6 electrons. Okay, and here also is 6. So balance, right? This one is balance. Okay? Nahulot akong ballpen. Okay? Ay, nahulot akong mga ballpen, mga palangga akong hitad. Charot. Ballpen, ay, nakuan man ni siya. In fairness, nakakaloka. Okay, guys. Nagpasa ha. Nalingaw, di ko ani ko eh. Diba? Anak na yun. Anak na yun. Muli na naon, guys. Diba? Okay. So, anak na yun siya. Okay? So, this is gonna be negative 2 plus 0, so decrease. So, decrease is gain of electrons, reduction. Okay? So, here is the electrons. Okay? So, 0, 0, 2. Negative 2, and then 0. Okay? You get the point, mga palangga. So, 4, 4, 2, 4, plus 2 electrons. Ganon. Okay? So, if that is the case, then plus 2H. Okay, 2H. And then, remove the 2 here. Okay, ganon. Okay? H plus. Ganon. 2H plus. Ganon. Di ba mga palangga? Okay. 2, 4H, 2 plus 0, so 2, 0, 0, so 2. Ganon. Balance na siya. Okay? You get the point, mga palangga? Mula siya. Okay? Ana. So, ana lang na siya. Okay? So, any questions so far for this? Okay? Wala na. So, goodbye. God bless everybody for this. But very complex ni siya, guys. Actually, guys, this is coming from the, Michigan University. My reference is Michigan University, USA, okay. Sample problem. Actually, I did not solve first before I discuss. Okay, like that. Baliktad na yun, guys, yung two of the examples are Harvard University and this one is Michigan University. But the Michigan is more complex compared to the Harvard University. Okay, sample problems. Okay. I did not use the Philippines sample problems from UP, whatever. I used really from the America sample problems. Okay, thank you so much. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.